Are you looking for a vacation that is full of sun, sand, and samba? Then look no further than Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This vibrant city has something for everyone, from world-famous beaches to stunning mountains to colorful favelas. Rio de Janeiro's varied landscape makes the city's many attractions look even more amazing. Two of the city's most famous landmarks are Sugarloaf Mountain, Pão de Açúcar, and Corcovado Mountain, which is home to the statue of Christ the Redeemer. When people climb to the top of these peaks, they get to see the city's unique blend of urban and natural beauty. Historic neighborhoods, each with its own unique charm, are where most of Rio's people live and work. Bohemian Santa Teresa has narrow streets lined with colorful houses, art studios, and cute cafes. Lapa is known for its lively nightlife and the Arcos da Lapa, Lapa Arches. Its samba-filled streets and unique bars show the city's rhythm and soul. When you go to Rio de Janeiro, you have to go to its world-famous beaches. With their soft sands and clear water, Copacabana and Ipanema have become the most famous beaches in Rio. The famous Copacabana beach is in the middle of a lively promenade with hotels, shops, and stands that sell coconut water. Ipanema Beach is a favorite of both locals and tourists because of its cosmopolitan feel and beautiful sunsets. Some ways to enjoy the Rio beach scene are to sunbathe, watch people, and play beach sports. The people who live in Rio are called cariocas, and they enjoy a laid-back way of life. They often spend hours basking in the sun, playing beach volleyball, or drinking caipirinhas, the national cocktail, at beachside bars. The city's cultural tapestry is just as interesting as its natural beauty. The joyous spirit of Brazil is shown at the city's annual carnival, which is known all over the world for its music, dance, and colorful costumes. During carnival, the streets are full of samba parades, street parties, and an electric energy that makes both locals and tourists feel like they are part of a big party. If you want to learn more about Brazil's history and culture, you should go to the Museu Nacional de Belas Artes, National Museum of Fine Arts, and the Museu do Amanhã, Museum of Tomorrow. The first one has a large collection of Brazilian art, and the second one looks into science, technology, and sustainability from a futuristic perspective. Brazilian food is a delicious mix of flavors that come from the country's native ingredients, African traditions, and European cooking methods. Feijoada, a rich black bean stew, is a popular national dish that shows how diverse Brazil's history is. Churrascarias are Brazilian steakhouses where people can eat skewered meats that have been roasted to perfection. The city's food scene is made even more appealing by its lively street food scene. Some of the most delicious street foods are acarajé, a deep-fried ball of black-eyed pea dough filled with spicy prawns, and coccinha, a savory pastry filled with chicken. These are just two examples. Rio de Janeiro's urban charm can't be denied, but if you leave the city, you'll find a lot of natural beauty. In the middle of the city, the Tijuca National Park is a lush haven for people who love nature. This urban forest is full of different plants and animals, waterfalls, and hiking trails. It is a great place to get away from the busy city life. Parati is a colonial gem not far from Rio. It has cobblestone streets, whitewashed buildings, and a charming waterfront. The historic center of Parati is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and there are lush rainforests and beautiful beaches all around it. There are a few practical things to think about when planning a trip to Rio de Janeiro that will make sure you have a great time. First, learn about local customs and etiquette to show respect for the culture and traditions of the city. Learning a few simple Portuguese phrases can help you connect with locals and get around in your daily life. Safety is one of the most important things for travelers, so it's important to know how safe the city is and use common sense while you're there. Don't show off your valuables, use safe ways to get around, and be careful when taking money out of an ATM. Rio de Janeiro is known for its busy streets and lively neighborhoods, but it also has a lot of natural attractions that adventurers and nature lovers will enjoy. One of these gems is the Tijuca National Park, which has more than 32 square kilometers of lush rainforest and is the world's largest urban forest. Inside the park, there are hiking trails that lead to beautiful views, tumbling waterfalls, and interesting rock formations. The Tijuca Peak is the highest point in the park. From there you can see the city, the coast, and the mountains all around. The hike to the top is a rewarding challenge that shows how Rio's urban and natural landscapes contrast with each other. For a more relaxed way to see the park, the Botanical Garden is a quiet place with thousands of plant species, including some of the rarest orchids in Brazil. The charming colonial town of Parati is only a few hours' drive from Rio. It is a window into Brazil's colonial past. This well-kept gem has cobblestone streets, white buildings with colorful trim that have been restored beautifully, and a charming waterfront that takes people back in time. Parati has been named a UNESCO World Heritage Site and has an old-world charm that draws people in with its quiet atmosphere and historical importance. The town's annual Parati International Literary Festival brings in readers and writers from all over the world, giving it a smart vibe that goes well with its beautiful surroundings. Nearby, the Costa Verde has a beautiful coastline where you can sail, snorkel, and relax on beautiful beaches. The bohemian neighborhood of Santa Teresa is on a hill with a view of downtown Rio. It has a great mix of history, art, and local flavor. Its narrow streets are filled with brightly colored houses, art studios, and murals that give visitors a lot to see and do. The famous Santa Teresa tram is a charming piece of history that takes people on a nostalgic ride through the neighborhood's hills. Lapa, which is near Santa Teresa, is known for its lively nightlife and the Lapa Arches, a bridge made from an old aqueduct that has become a symbol of the city. The colorful Escadaria Celeron, which is a mosaic-covered staircase made by the artist George Celeron, shows how creative Rio is. After dark, the live music venues and dance floors in both neighborhoods come to life to the beat of samba. Rio's food scene is an adventure in and of itself, with a wonderful mix of flavors that reflect Brazil's rich cultural history. Feijoada is a feast of slow-cooked black beans, pork, and sausages that is often eaten on Saturdays. It is a great example of the soulful food that is made in Brazil. Feijoada is a hearty dish that is meant to be shared with family and friends. It is served with rice, collard greens, and farofa, which is toasted cassava flour. Churrascarias, which are the most common type of restaurant in Brazil, invite guests to try the country's famous Rodizio-style food. Servers walk around with skewers of delicious meat, giving a steady stream of mouth-watering options that can satisfy even the biggest appetites. Caipirinhas, which are made from cachaça, Brazilian rum, lime, sugar, and ice, are the classic Brazilian cocktail. They go well with all of these treats. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed learning about some of the best things to see and do in Rio de Janeiro. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more travel and vacation ideas.